Like as soon as you like post a picture and then you get like 15, 20 likes, 15, 20 comments, like, and then the algorithm goes, oh, hey, wait, we're doing something. Okay. Yeah. And it starts putting you in front of everybody else. And I like,
but it's weird too, because it's got to be just enough to not tip Instagram off that it is bots.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's that weird thing. But if you can get into that, dude, you can make every one of us famous. Like over a week, we can increase our followers and have like 1.2 million followers.
And you say, hey guys, it's really just like 75 fake followers, but all the other ones are real. All the other ones are real.
Blow up.
That's why I'm mad with it. That's where I'm at. Okay, you chasing with it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it.
I hit the wrong one, guys. This is the real one.
With it. Whatever you want, whatever you
Eddie
need,
hates the fact that I speak over this.
That's why I'm mad with it.
Yep.
That's why I'm mad with it.
Oh yeah.
We are all speaking over the theme now.
Why not?
Hey, don't look at the screen. Don't look at us, Eddie. Look at the street.
Look at the street in which you're driving, sir. You're not being very.
Eddie,
I'm really mad, actually. I'm not.
So when we have guests, we ask them, hey, can we you got to be in front of a background. You have to have a headset on. You can't be like out and about gallivanting and driving around. And Eddie's like, hey guys, I'm going to be late. I'll jump on as soon as I get home.
I was just about to say, Eddie is doing everything he asks other people not to do on any sort of time they jump on the platform.
And he gets angry that nobody does it.
Yeah. He gets like upset, but here he is literally breaking every one of his own rules. Right?
By option.
Listen, bro. This is what happens when you're a GM, bro. Like, my life is getting crazier and crazier. That's all. Just a humble brag.
Okay, so are you relinquishing the rest of your time? Is that?
I was about to say, like,
that was it?
I was expecting something a lot more fulfilling than I'm a boss and that's how it do. Like, what
be
the
like
fuck
that
was that?
sometimes. GM like be like that, sir.
Right.
No, I'm actually headed home, but I was like, all right, let me jump in. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least say, hey, I'm on my way home. And then you was live, so I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'll stay.
Here's the thing, people. Eddie gave me the passwords. I literally, for the first time ever, Eddie was like, hey, I'm going to be late. Let's run it like a couple minutes late. I was like, oh, great. Couple minutes late. I know he's working. And I was like, hey, he hasn't set up the link, hasn't set up the room. So let me go be a fucking wizard and figure this shit out on the fly. I'd do it. So Eddie didn't even have to be here. And then as soon as he sees it, he goes, well, I guess I'm going to do all the things that I hate people doing, and I'm going to do it.
Yeah, but I'm actually on my way home, so I don't have to keep doing it. Like, don't make me the bad guy here, okay? Okay,
we can literally see up your nose. Like, we can see
dude, like,
in your nose.
I mean, it's a lot of snot up there, but okay. You can keep looking if you want. I mean, that's weird. I don't know what else to say.
It's not that weird. What's irritating me is Eddie's riding around with his little panoramic sunroof, like he's the only person that has a big sun. Like, look at no. Look at, as soon as I mentioned it, he got like that cool guy grin on his face too, like, hey girl, you know, like if I was a female, he'd be like, hey.
Listen, this is the crazy part. When I bought this fucking car, right? I literally bought the car because of the panoramic sunroof. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I knew it. I knew it.
I had to change the back caddy for the same exact price. And I was like, oh, I do another caddy. Big body car, fits me, I'll be fine. And then I was like, hold on. You just told me that Honda Sonata has a panoramic sunroof? Let me drive it. I fell in love ever since. Like, I'm sorry.
Eddie, did you say you drive a Panamera? No. I have a panoramic sunroof. Well, all I hope is that the caddy has a better audio sound microphone than what you got going on right now.
That Bluetooth is trash. Basura.
I don't even know if it's I think it's on the iPhone joint. Do I sound better right now?
No.
A little bit.
No.
It's a little less echoey. But I think I'm even more mad that I just found out Eddie drives a fucking Hyundai.
Sonata.
Yeah.
Sonata.
Bro,
Whoa.
you're too fucking big for a Hyundai. You're too fucking big for a Hyundai.
I'm actually not. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a Hyundai Sonata Limited.
No, your big ass needs at least a Honda Accord. All right, not even a Civic.
A Honda Accord.
Yeah, you need at least that size, man. Come on, man.
I don't think you know what the size of a Honda Sonata is, bro.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Terrence drives a truck. He drives a dually because it's like 17 cents per gallon out where he is.
Yeah, I would drive a truck.
You look like you drive a pickup, you fucking hillbilly.
Good.
You look like it, yo.
And you know what? I had somebody say that to me as an insult. Like, you look like you drive a truck, but then they took it further and they said, you look like you drive a Dodge truck, which I do. So I was like, I don't know what, because I'm not Rick Ross in this bitch and be like Chevy riding high. That's a fucking problem. Is that a problem?
A Hemi. Do you got a Hemi? You got a Hemi?
You don't have a Hemi, do you? Please tell me you don't have a Hemi. Oh my fucking God.
Of course
you have a fucking Hemi. I just thought you was gonna be a regular white guy. No.
No, that is as regular.
I was about to say that is as regular white guy. What the fuck you want me to do? Go get like
that's not regular white guy. Regular white guy is like regular. That's white guy. That's white guy. The Hemi, the Dodge with the Hemi, that's white guy.
Like mid America white boy starter kit. I mean, the only thing he's missing is a flat brim on his hat, and he is literally like, draw a picture. White boy Midwest Terrence. There it is.
It needs to be up like this. If I were
Are you wearing dicky shorts with socks that go up your calf?
Right. Like what? First, I never understood when that Dodge thing became this super white boy thing. But that's something I've noticed over the last couple of years is Dodge trucks are associated with whiteism. I didn't know that till recently.
Yeah. The white supremacists just say we all drive Dodges now with New Balances.
With New Balances.
Apparently, that's a thing.
I was a Chevy truck guy growing up. But I won't do Chevy trucks nowadays. It's just not my flavor.
Silverado?
Yeah, no Silverado for me.
See, I think Chevy switched to black. It's like all black guys drive Chevys.
Yeah, but that's weird to me. That's weird to me.
That we drive. I mean, dude, Chevy's always had like cheap enough fast cars that like hood guys could always pick up from the cops and get the fuck away, which made them cool. Then now you can do the dunks with it. It's like, come on, son. Why would you not go with a Chevy?
Well, I mean, I guess that would make sense why Dodge is popular. Just dodge the cops. Just.
Yeah.
But the question,
what is the Dodge Chargers, the Magnums, which I guess they just brought out another one for some dumbass fucking reason. Those are the worst fucking cars ever. The Dodge Magnums.
The question I ask is,
ugly.
What does the audio sound like? Is the audio better than a Sonata?
The audio is pretty terrible. It's like, Chevy.
Fuck you, Dodge controller guy.
I feel like you're on the next out. Beep, beep.
You know what's funny? What's funny about that whole thing, though, is I got put on to a Dodge truck by one of my black friends. He swears by it to this day, and that's what put me on it. And I'm like, I've been Dodge since, and that was when we first served together. I think I met him in 2008. That was about the time I got turned on to Dodge.
What is it about it that you go, I love this truck? What is it about it that separates it above all other pickup trucks?
So coming from a guy that grew up as a Chevy guy, right? I loved, up until early 90s, I was all Chevy. I loved how you could jump into the engine well. You could interchange any sort of GM parts, all of that. They were slick. Right around that 90s time frame, the bodyworks changed. Now, the space and the power that I get in my Dodge is incomparable to other trucks.
I mean, okay. I had to Dodge the Rango. The Rango that I had was fucking amazing. Like, it's like 170-something thousand miles on it, and I really didn't have any issues with it. So, I mean, like, I still like Dodge, but it's like, if somebody was like Dodge or Chevy, I would probably go Chevy.
See, and I would have been opposite back in the day, because especially now with the big buyout in 2008 that happened, and when Fiat paired with Mopar essentially, that stepped up their quality and their warranties as well. Fantastic.
That's funny. That's funny that the fact is that Fiat has improved somebody else's quality, because Fiat, F-I-A-T, literally stands for fix it again, Tony.
It's pretty crazy though, right? It was like they had to do some sort of foreign engineering or some shit to make Dodge better. And when it came out, man, that's when the shit was slapping, bro. I got a Durango and the truck, and I had a 300 that I had out there in Maryland before I left out there. Maryland.
But what's better than the Tahoe? Let's just be honest, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, so Chevy, you got the Chevy Impalas. Even the new Impalas are fucking dope as shit. But then you got the Tahoes. You got the Chevy Broncos, which OJ Simpson single-handedly like
Ford
Bronco, sir. Ford Bronco.
Ford Bronco. No.
You're talking about like the old Blazers.
Silverado. Yep. Is it Chevy Silverado?
Well, you got the Silverado is the pickup truck, and then you've got the Blazer and the Trailblazer is like their SUVs, but they don't have. No, they haven't had like a SUV like that. Yeah, what is it? It's pretty much just the Suburban and the Tahoe, because the Tahoe is like the smaller version. At least it used to be.
The Tahoe is the smaller version of the Suburban, but then you got the Excursion. No, Excursion is Ford, right?
Yep. Ford Excursion, yes. This is going south. This is like, I am so bored with this conversation.
I don't even know where this came out of.
Oh, I love cars. I'm just not the cars that you guys like. That's all. You know,
I'm just saying, my Hemi truck is fucking legit. All right,
Hemi. I want a Hemi. Give me the Hemi. Who's on Echo? What do you guys are on Echo? Okay,
topics then, bro.
Let's get into some topics. Like Eddie's blacking out on us.
I shared the stage with the dude that did that Hemi commercial twice. Actually.
Oh shit,
John
nice.
Reap.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's John Reap.
Yeah, John Reap.
Oh, shout out John Reap. All right, what do we got for topics? Where do you want to start, Terrence? Where do you want to start, Eddie?
Oh man, what you got, Eddie? Anything?
Okay, well, I think it's on fire.
Oprah, did you watch the Oprah
Meghan Markle?
I read an opinion piece on it. I didn't watch. I ain't got 2 hours to sit down and listen to some shit about the royal family I probably already knew and I don't really fucking care about.
Listen, I'm American, okay? We fucking won. They came, they saw, we won. I don't care about what's going on over there. That's the first thing. We won.
Suck it in front of the camera.
I don't care what's going on with the royal family. Let's start there. Second
Most
of all,
English people don't give a shit what's going on with the royal family.
Are we surprised? All of the shit that's come out, are we surprised? Isn't England like the mecca of white people? Isn't where it started?
I mean, like, are we really surprised that this family that has blocked people out for literally like millennia, are we surprised that the baby's got a little bit of melanin and they're like, yeah, fuck that?
Yeah, like we didn't know Meghan Markle was black until they told us she's black.
Yo, I was just thinking that shit because I used to watch Suits and I was like, oh, she's black.
I thought she was Latina. If you're like, oh yeah, she's got a little bit of, I don't know, something. Like, yeah, I got that. But she's black. I was like, they lying. Like, have they never seen a black person before? Like, I get it in England. Maybe that's like the blackest person they've seen. I don't know. I don't live there, but I don't care. I don't care because none of that shit's a surprise.
None of it's a surprise to me.
Meghan Markle is your mom and your father is white. You really think that baby is too dark to take pictures with the fucking royal family? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Your dad is a redhead. What's the probability of you being a redhead? A lot.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have red curly hair and get sunburned. Like that's what's gonna happen.
I was about to say that's the only real problem with this is that it is not that sunny in England in general. Otherwise, they'd just be like, no, he just tans well, but that's out of the bucket.
Where? Vancouver.
Right next to the Thames.
Remember when Rashida Jones had the drink? The girl was like, you look really
Tan.
tan. And she's like, yeah, because I'm black.
It's just gonna be Prince Archie just being like, yeah, because I'm half black or quarter
Well,
black, bitch. Like,
so this is what I find funny. A lot of times, like siblings, when you've got interracial marriages or relationships, and you got two kids, like they don't look alike. One looks like their mom, and the other one looks like their dad. So this kid, I mean, Archie looks pretty white now. Now this kid might be. This is a coin toss. This next kid might be dark as shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she's having a girl too.
Oh, is that what it is? I didn't listen to
it's a
any
girl.
of that shit.
I read in the piece
okay,
that it was
the whole
joint
was just like, it was weird because the first reaction I had was like, really, y'all really just gonna go on Oprah and spread your news, right? Like, oh, y'all seeking attention. But then as they got into it, I was like, oh, this shit is a sad fucking story, bro.
But you had to have known that. You had you're gonna tell me when you're dating someone and then they're like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't meet my mom. It's just the way the family's set up. You're like,
yeah, but do you want to stop? Do you want to stop? You know what I'm saying? Dating a person that you like have an attraction to or fell in love with just because their family might not like you?
Yes. I know families enough to know that it's a problem.
I was about to say, I've never understood the people that hate the fuck out of their in-laws and then proceed with a marriage as if that's not going to be a constant breaking at the seams of your relationship at every point. I lucked out even with my ex. Like I'm still like, I have no ill will towards her, but even with her family, like I'm cool with them, right? Like we were cool then, we're cool now. I'm cool with my current wife. Like there's no issues. I can't imagine something little goes wrong and then you go to your family, your support network, they're going to be like, fucking piece of shit.
Told you so. Told you so.
And, yeah. Then you add the sprinkle of racism.
And then it's like you're going to have that issues if like your in-laws work at fucking Walmart or, the grocery store or fucking home office somewhere. Yep. You're not even factoring the fact that your family is the most famous family in probably all of the world.
In all of American history.
Actually, your family is the reason why we have American history. like you, man, you're going to tell me like this is a surprise to you. Like Harry wasn't like, hey, I just want to let you know we haven't seen it, but I could guess that this might be a problem somewhere down the line.
I got to think of something that's kind of related but stupid. Like with how far people keep digging backwards to cancel people. How long do you think it's going to take for this woke mob to cancel the royal family? Wait, let's trace it back. It's not Queen Elizabeth III. It's the first. That bitch. Let's cancel her forward. That's when racism started.
You could probably start at the beginning. Who is the first? That guy. Let's fucking cancel that guy.
I feel like for some reason in England they always think like
somebody has a chance at becoming like king or queen, and so it's like, well, Archie's like 56 on the line. What happens if all 55 people die and then Archie takes it?
Have you seen Lone Survivor, the TV show with Kiefer Sutherland? Also, I think that's the thing that we don't understand is like here in America, and this is just kind of my observation with going to London and seeing like, going to Windsor Palace and shit like this. I feel like here in America, we think that anyone has a chance of being like into royalty. And this is like kind of like the first time. This is really the first time we just get to experience it. But, through Disney and Cinderella and all this shit, it's like, oh, we have a chance. You go to England, like, yeah, you have a snowball chance in hell being part of the royal family up until literally Meghan Markle. But what we don't understand is like Prince Charles, he's like 80 something and he's next in line. And this queen will not die. Like he's going to be 87. He's going to be 92 and then she's going to die. And then he's going to be king and then he's going to die. And then it becomes like what is it? Like an 8-year-old kid? I think it's like an 8-year-old kid that becomes king.
It's his brother. It's Harry's brother.
And that's the whole thing, right? It's
I don't think so.
I don't remember, but because you got
William,
William and his whole scandal going, and that's also depending on what, if anything, comes out from the Epstein cases, which is kind of weird. We still haven't heard any fucking updates on that, but that's another deal.
What do you mean by that? Like, one of them?
Because he was roped up into that shit. Prince William was roped up into some of the Epstein allegations.
No,
that was the brother.
That was William, right?
No, that was not Harry, not Harry's brother. That was is Prince, whatever, her son, Queen Elizabeth, and then one of her sons was roped up in the Epstein shit.
Yeah,
I
thought so too.
But because the first son had a son, then the line goes to the first son, then the first son of the first son.
And this just goes to show how much I really don't give a shit, because it's all symbolic.
Yeah. Okay. If anyone cares, let's be somewhat close to
be
factual.
Somewhat professional, sure.
Queen Elizabeth, dead. Prince Charles, dead. William, you're right. He's number 2 or 3 in this case, and then Prince George of Cambridge, who was born in 2013.
That's William's son, right?
Yes, and then if they have a kid, which I think they're expecting, that's number 4, and then Harry, and then Prince Andrew, Duke of York, who was born in 1960, and then Princess Beatrice of York, who was born in 1988. Yeah, it's long. I mean, Archie is. I can't even.
He's like
imagine
number 50 or some dumbass shit.
Something like that. Anyways, yes. So, but what's crazy is Prince Charles.
Everybody has a chance.
No,
that's like saying everyone has a chance at the NBA. You don't, sir.
No, that's that beauty / curse of the American dream, right? Is we all sit here and we're like, oh, if we say all that, self-masturbatory shit, we're like, oh, if you just work hard and you get good grades and you do this, you can be anything you want to be. Yeah, that's not true. It takes a lot more than just working at it.
Right. Like, have you not seen any movie where they're like, hey, you can't marry this person because they're not another family? Like, have you not seen any one of those shows? Yeah. Man, it's interesting, but I'm not going to waste 2 hours of my Sunday to listen to somebody complain about that shit.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you felt trapped in your royal family where image is this motherfucker. Like, you were still fed. Okay. You still had a house over your fucking head and all of that. I ain't worried about you, dude.
And I know that she had to have been warned from everyone on their side, everyone on her side, everyone on Harry's side, everyone like us. We're like, hey guys, this might be a bad idea.
I have no sympathy for that, because I can't imagine, even in that dating realm, at knowing the type of security remotely that has to go involved in that, for you to be like, oh, this is appalling and new. Like, come on, lady. You had to at least gotten a taste of it. You thought you were too good for the table and you'd be able to transcend it.
Right.
You weren't.
And as an actor, I can't imagine what it's like to be finally find success. Working hard, finally you're in a hit TV show, you probably have offers now and all of these things, and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna give it up.
Yeah.
Because you had to have known that you had to have thought oh, this is gonna be amazing. It's I don't have to act anymore. I'm gonna be taken care of. And then when shit doesn't come out the way you thought it was in your head, regardless of what people told you, I don't know what they told you, but it's now you want to go back to voiceovers and shit.
Yeah, that's my whole thing is yeah, like I said, with the dating, I can't imagine it. And on top of that, that's not a position that you can dual hat. You're not just going to be able to moonlight as this famous Hollywood actress and then go back and report to the palace in Buckingham and be able to do X, Y, and Z. That's not how this shit works.
I think she saw too many movies. She read a script and goes, hey, this seems like a good idea.
She thought she kissed the right frog, and she apparently didn't.
Man. All right. But this is the thing, though, right? Yeah. I'm in the house. Oh, it's over. It's game over. It's game over. I'm here, baby.
Go tell us more, Eddie. Tell us more.
Fucking dick. For everybody that's just listening, fucking Lloyd just tried to mute my mic. He's an asshole.
No, I think you moved your mic.
He didn't try.
I think you moved your mic and it auto muted. I did not do anything.
So all right, no. All right. So I get your point of all right, she knew what she might have known what she was signing up for. To play devil's advocate, to your point. I'm sorry, bro. You got to. Because all right.
I'm just gonna be childish. Keep shaking.
You can't, bro. Like, what is wrong with y'all, man? Don't do this to me.
What? What is there to possibly play devil's advocate on?
Because all I'm saying is
she didn't understand the full breadth of racism.
But it doesn't matter if she understood it. Doesn't make it right. That's the point. All right, then. So then you can't shit on her because she decided that you can't, because that's what it comes across. Listen, whoa. You can do whatever you want. I understand every point that's being thrown at her. That's not my. That's yeah. I understand every point. It does feel like you shitting on her. If okay, neither one of you guys. Well, technically Lloyd does, but neither one of you guys date interracially, right?
Technically
you do.
But I don't date anymore, but did I? Yes.
I know. Okay, but you never went through with it. So my point is, that's a hard conversation to even have as an interracial couple, to be like, yeah, you wanna go through with it, right? Especially to the marriage part. That's one. To add on the fact that he was a prince and to act like she needed him to continue being successful, like she wasn't fucking.
We literally just said that. We literally just said that it felt like she was sitting here doing something where she could wear both hats, and that's not the case.
No,
I
think she knew that she couldn't wear both hats, and she still went down this path. That's what I'm trying to say.
And I understand that, But
some people are acting like she's like some shitty ass actress that was not on anything.
No, I mean,
I'm not saying that.
I didn't say you are. I'm not saying you are.
I have zero remorse for her life choices. Period.
Why?
Why would I?
Because you're a comic and you have now become a public entity. And I'm being real. So because say tomorrow our show blows the fuck up, we get on some fucking crazy,
or in 10 years from now. They dig back and they find this.
Right. And they're like, yo, like fucking Terrence, what the fuck? People are going to be like, well, he should have known if he wanted her to be famous that this type of stuff was going to happen.
I will be getting my dick sucked behind a dumpster if I'm famous. So what?
Wow.
I will live with my consequences the same way Meghan Markle should. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying, okay, my point, you're right. It sounds like I'm shitting on her, and I don't mean to shit on her. What I mean, I'm trying to say, like, why are we surprised? Like this should not be a surprise predicated on the fact that, like, we've seen movies where this is a scenario. We've seen shows, and there's always some asshole butler guy or somebody on the board that's like, you're never going to match up. You're never going to pair, you're never going to be enough. Like, it's always in the script. Why are we surprised? Like that they are right.
But it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. Lord, let's speak in all terms of us, right? Let's speak in the terms of us, right?
Yep.
We knew when we started doing certain shit with Broken Diamond that we were going to take hate, right? We knew people were going to say certain shit. We knew things were going to come about. That didn't make us feel better because we knew they were going to come.
But
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still. No. I'm just saying, it still feels. It's like, dog, that's kind of fucked up. It doesn't matter that we knew it was going to happen.
It is fucked up.
It's still fucked up. That's the only point I'm trying to make.
I'm just saying people are like, oh my god,
that is fucked up.
And I think I'm not really addressing Meghan Markle. Not that I have a direct pipeline to her or the royal family. I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking to everyone who's like, oh my god, I can't believe that's a thing. Like, when you scroll through Facebook, everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Like,
yes.
Really?
People were doing the shit with the election. I can't believe Trump has so many votes. Are you not fucking paying attention to life?
No.
Are you that stupid that you don't understand how this whole thing is working? Clearly, we have a lot of really.
But it's not all the way stupid. Some people are just stupid. Let's just be honest. Some people are definitely stupid. There's a lot of really stupid.
There's a lot of
nobody on my timeline.
Some people
on my timeline I love.
But no, like, you got some people that fucking They, you know what I'm saying? Like they think they live in their bubble and they see only what they fucking look for.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people didn't think Trump was going to win. And a lot of people didn't understand that 72 million people was going to fucking vote for his ass. Why? Because they don't live in Omaha. They don't live in Ohio. They don't live in Nebraska. They live in the city. But yes, you do.
DC and still said the same thing.
No, because you're not from DC. And that's the kicker. Me meeting people from outside, because y'all always make fun of me. Actually, one of my friends said it yesterday, but y'all always make fun of me because I don't stay anywhere longer than a week, right? The living inside of DC is its own bubble, right? And living inside of any major city is its own bubble. You get what I'm saying? So most of the news comes from a major city, right? Most of the news caters to the majority of people on the coast, right? That pay attention to TV. A lot of people don't pay attention to Mid-America.
Does that person that said that, does he travel?
Yeah, he does.
Does
actually.
he go out of his? Okay, well, like I was not surprised that Trump won because I traveled the country a decent amount, and you go, oh yeah, this makes perfect sense.
And if you meet people from other parts of the country, you think that. My bad.
But also you go where, you know, I get that you don't travel. You don't, if you're in your state, you're in your state. Most people don't actually travel beyond like 40 miles from where they were born. That's fine.
Right.
But like we watch movies. We know the person that doesn't fit into the family is going to have a hardship. Like that is what movies are based on. Movies are based on the outlier in the family getting married to like a rich family. Like there's movies about this. Why are we surprised, people? Are we disappointed? Sure, but we shouldn't be surprised.
Thank you, Lloyd. That's exactly it. Are we surprised? No, we shouldn't be. Is it disappointing? Sure, yeah. But still, is it surprising that there's racism and all of that lingering? I got no time to play to the stupid people.
No, I don't think, but that's my point. I don't think anybody's surprised. That's why I put up the post that I put up. Like, oh shit, the royal family's fucking racist. Who would have thought that? Like, everybody thought that. Like, nobody was sitting back and was like, hey, this group of family members who fucking just fuck each other's cousins for the last fucking 100 years is probably not racist. Like, nobody thought that.
The royal family from the country that was known to be basically the innovator of colonization. Like, they built colonies everywhere.
They made it better. Yeah. The motherfuckers were Rome, but like with the Navy. like you know what I'm saying? Like Rome was like, all right, we're just gonna take over all these areas.
Yeah, if we can walk there, we'll go.
Yeah, we'll go. These motherfuckers was taking over countries on the other side of the goddamn globe, bro.
All I really took away from this is if you fuck your cousin in Kansas, it makes you white trash. But if you fuck your cousin in England, you're royalty. That's all I got.
No. You got it wrong. You got it wrong.
Yeah.
If you fuck your cousin and your royalty, it's just par for course. Okay, that's what you should have gotten. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just because you fuck your family members in London doesn't make you royalty.
Hashtag purebred. Purebred, baby. I come from the line of champions. Come out looking like that, baby. It's like fucking dogs. When you get more purebred dogs, it's because they're fucking inbreeding dogs. That's how you get a fucking pug.
Yeah. That's actually very true. That's actually very true, mother guy. No,
okay.
I just think,
so the question
like
I asked.
Go.
Oh, in closing statement, gentlemen.
Please close this goddamn topic.
I just wanted to talk about. I find the topic kind of very interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really find the topic very interesting, only because from your side of view, and me playing the middle a little bit, right? I just think that we all knew that they were gonna be racist. We all knew this wasn't gonna be a hard, easy road. I mean, it wasn't gonna be an easy road for Meghan Markle, but I also thought that it would be behind closed doors more. That's what I get from it. You get what I'm saying? It's like these motherfuckers are messy.
Yeah, they're
when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Motherfucking R. Kelly over here.
Yo. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that nigga probably singing that shit right from a cell right now.
Terrence, closing
Right
statements.
outside of Chicago.
That was his closing statement.
That's a closing statement. I'm just in closing, I will say that I'm surprised it all got out. And Meghan Markle hasn't, there wasn't another Prince Diana car accident.
Digital age. In today's digital age, I expect everything to leak. It's only going to get worse too.
I'm surprised there hasn't been an accident. Like, she's just dropping all that shit, and it's like she's probably gonna have to drive herself at all times.
Nah, she probably don't want to do that either. She's just gonna have to stay in the house, bro.
Well,
just Uber Eats. Just Uber Eats everywhere.
Yeah,
they said Archie isn't entitled to security because of their little cut and shit, whatever. Like, yeah. Well, that's the part that I feel worse for is the kid, Archie. Like, you're ostracized from your family all because of that's stupid. But anyways, let's move on to something else. It's less about cousin fucking.
Hey, let's move on. I'm going to segue to from the royal family to another royal family who watched Coming to America.
Me, I did. I watched it.
And what are your thoughts?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. Here's the thing. I don't know what people expect with these sequels or reimaginings that are done 2 to 3 decades after the fact.
Yeah.
Everybody looks like they got old and gained weight, so you have that. But I think Leslie Jones made that movie for me in a lot of ways. She was quirky and funny enough in all the right parts, so she was killing it. I like how they incorporated even a lot of the auxiliary characters, like the 2 twins that did the rapping before. They were back to do a little rapping scene towards the end. I enjoyed it. Fuck all the haters online that want to just hate because they got hate in their hearts and they can't hate fuck their sister enough. You think that's what it was? Yes.
That's what you think it was?
That's what I think it was.
That's what you think it was?
I think it's part of it.
They angry at a free movie. Just they showed up on HBO Max.
Doesn't that tell you like
is it on HBO Max? I watched it on Amazon.
Amazon, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And doesn't that tell you how shitty people are? Is like you're getting a free service and you're still like, fuck this shit. Like, what is wrong with you, man?
I want to reclaim my time.
You ain't gotta love it.
First off, Terrence, you will not fall into the trap of fucking Lloyd. It is not a free fucking service. You pay for Prime.
Okay.
Prime actually makes more sense than any other streaming service.
Okay, wait.
That is very true.
But there's also deals like that with a new movie that's dropped free of charge, where there's other new movies that are dropped not free of charge. So it's a free goddamn movie.
It's not free. No. You know what? I really
preach.
No. Because that was your same dumbass, stupid ass argument.
No. There's lines of demarcation in this technological sand that I am drawing on you, Eddie.
Yeah.
No, keep on talking.
I can control that too, sir. I can control the mute button too, sir. Listen,
the service is not free, but everything is included. Raya, the last whatever that is, or the one that I'm supposed to buy for my wife because she
it's just an extra charge. It's an extra charge, bro. It's not free. It's an extra charge. There's a difference.
Okay.
Words
but
matter. You guys can't make fun of me for using words incorrectly and then go behind me and change the meaning of words.
Nobody changed the meaning of the words.
So you said it was free. It's not free.
You spelled free F-R-E.
Oh my fucking Lord Christ. If you fucking pay for the service, then you paid for the service. Then I pay an additional amount for certain services.
How do you describe a movie like Mulan, like Raya, that is on Disney Plus that you pay for, but you have to pay extra for? How do you describe that?
You just fucking described it.
Okay, then how do you describe every other movie? How do you describe every other movie?
That comes with my original purchase.
Okay, so with membership, it's free with membership.
It's not free
with membership. With membership, it's free with membership. It's free with membership, right? Isn't that the marketing term?
No, because you pay for your membership. No. Okay. Yeah, and that's a shitty ass marketing term.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Let's break this. Let's scale this back. Let's say Eddie goes out there and he says, you know what? I live in Colombia and I want to buy things in bulk. Damn it, I'm going to a BJ's. That's you guys' Costco, Sam's Club. That's fucking recognizable, whatever you want to call it. You're going to go to BJ's and you're going to pay your $60 a year, right? Because that's what you got to do to pay $60 to be able to shop at that store. Right. Let's say that you walk into BJ's and they're giving out free samples of food.
No,
Did you
sir.
pay for that food, Eddie? No,
it's not free.
Yes, I did.
No,
it's not free.
It is
it's not free.
Sample.
It's not free. You want me to tell you how I know it's not free? You know how I know it's not free? Because if you don't pay your goddamn membership, guess what you can't have? A fucking sample.
That's
bitch,
not
like
relevant
man.
You're not getting into the store to witness whether or not that food is free.
You simple-minded motherfuckers.
The fucking membership.
I need y'all to fucking stop.
Where's simple?
So you
simple-minded mother.
It's free with membership.
Refute that.
Motherfucker, that is marketing. Shut up.
That BJ's description in an adequate fashion, and I'll let you have this win. But you can't, so you're not going to get this win.
No. I already said it.
You didn't.
I already said it.
Because you just said that food sample isn't free, and that's bullshit. It is free.
It's not. If you don't, it's not. I already paid. That food sample is something that they're giving me because I already have a membership.
Oh, so by that logic, you should just be able to walk in there and grab a fucking frozen pizza because you already paid a membership.
I have to pay.
Exactly.
No.
You got free food in there.
They set up a sample for me to try. For what? For me to keep buying more fucking food of that caliber. That's what they did, motherfucker. That's what they fucking
free
did.
samples to lure you into that food.
I still pay
that you pay
anything
at
extra.
no extra charge. You got that food.
Fucking asshole.
You
fucking
the samples are free.
Can we get back
membership.
to Coming to America? Can we go back to Coming to America?
The samples are free with membership.
Oh, the free movie on Amazon Prime that I saw.
This is, you know what? This is why Lloyd wanted Terrence on the podcast, because he just wanted somebody to side only with him. And I get it. You guys suck each other's dicks for the fucking part time.
We don't.
And now
we don't.
We travel to who goes to Omaha? Who goes to Vegas? Like, let me know what's going on.
That's really weird. That's the first place your mind went, Eddie.
Is that a dick joke? Is that a dick joke?
It was not.
It sounds like it sounds like a dick joke.
Fuck.
He really gagged on that one.
No. All right, but Coming to America, right? I
didn't see it. It was free with my membership. I didn't see it.
That's what I named my penis, To America. It's always coming.
Fucker.
That's a short joke.
So,
that's a real short joke. Straight to the point.
It's always unsatisfying.
Yep. So anyway,
just hanging there.
I'm trying. No, so the fucking movie. This is what I told a friend of mine. It wasn't Coming to America, which I think we all expected it to be.
Nah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I wanted it to be more. It was a different movie. It was a completely different movie with characters. Like, no, because like when you hear like sequel, you think a continuation. Or like I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying at this point. I didn't like it as a sequel, but I could see me liking it if it was a regular movie. Because what it felt like is they really wanted to make, like, Eddie Murphy is older. He didn't let his kids watch his movies when he was a kid, like when they were younger. And so now he's only trying to make movies that his kids can watch. So and I get that. I do get that.
He also had a quote recently that I thought was kind of telling is what his direction for the movie was he said, we're at a time now where a lot of these movies are about Black people getting brutalized, Black people living in hard conditions, having to make it out, Black people still enslaved or making their way out of slavery. He's like, what happened to movies about us just being us? Literally just being. And doing something like this, and I was like,
that hits me right there in the middle. Like, I get it. Like, with all all of the movies that you see, like Mulan and shit like that, is like, I don't fucking relate. Why does everything have to go back to my fucking ancestors and shit? Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I get it. That hits.
White people want you to feel that.
Damn.
White people want you to feel that, man. That's all.
You know, and I've been with Riot coming out and like representation matters and all that. Like, we're having this conversation of like, with Asian people, like, we always have to feel like the outsider. All of the movies are made where we're the outsider, we're foreign, we don't fit. Like, look at any Asian character. They either don't speak English, or they don't speak, or they're not heard, or like they're some mystical like. So when he says like, why can't we just be Black people? Like, it hits me because like, why can't we just be there? Why do we have to be tied to something specific?
I read that before watching it, and that kind of what shaped my entire thought about the movie anyhow. And I'm getting to the point now where I can't expect the sequels or the reimaginings or the 2 years after prequel to be anywhere near the same standard. So I figure I gotta watch it with a clean palate as much as possible.
I like what Marvel's doing with their movies. Sure, there's whatever 40 fucking movies, and they're all intertwined, and they're all connected, and there's 100 different ways to watch them, but they all stand self-standing. Like you can sit there and watch any movie at any time and just be like, okay, I can sit down and watch it, and it sort of makes sense within itself. Where I feel like from my observation of like all these sequels, it's like, they're only just callbacks to the first one. So if you didn't watch the first one, this one
you don't get them.
Yeah, barely makes sense.
Yeah, but but like Coming to America, like I said, because you watched the first Coming to America, I didn't like it. Again, I didn't like it as a sequel at all. I will watch it again, like with my kid, but it's like I can watch it with my kid. You get what I'm saying? Like it was like the first Coming to America had so many goddamn jokes in that bitch that it was like we technically wasn't supposed to watch it when we were kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We snuck so that was like, I think that was one of the things that like everybody was so looking forward to. Was like, oh, Eddie Murphy about the motherfucking, he about to put cancel culture on his ass. Like the situation is going on with Eminem.
Yeah.
Like you got all the fucking millennials trying shit on Eminem, and it's like, bitch, do you realize who Eminem is? Like,
no.
That's what he came out with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think we thought Eddie Murphy was going to do the same thing. Like, we thought he was going to come out and do a joke about the, you know what I'm saying, the fucking let your soul glow type shit. You know what I'm saying? The womanizing type shit. The fucking it was mostly him shitting on his views of life as a kid, which I'm not mad at. You know what I'm saying? Again, I can let my daughter watch the movie. But it was missing something for me and a fulfilling of nostalgia for myself. That's all.
So it brings up this random question that's not related to Coming to America, but do you think that's more the comedian and the writer's fault, or do you think that's the audience, your fault, my fault?
Say it again.
So you said that you didn't like it for nostalgic purposes, it didn't fulfill something. You said Eddie's at a different point, right? So using Coming to America and Coming to America 2 as kind of an example of a comic's work 3 decades after from one to the next, we'll say as an example, we tend to see people not grow with their comic. Mm-hmm. So people that become fans of, say, Dane Cook back in the 2000s aren't fans of Dane Cook now, and they're like, oh, he's terrible, he's changed, he's X, Y, and Z, rather than riding with the comedian. Whose fault do you think that is?
So, I mean, at the end of the day, I do get what you're saying, right? I'm a fan of Eddie Murphy. I watch everything that Eddie Murphy does, right? So, like,
Norbit.
Eddie Murphy I've watched everything that Eddie Murphy does.
Norbit.
It's not even a joke, including Norbit. All of it.
Daycare is great.
Goldfeather.
Daddy Daycare is actually fucking
Gold,
yeah. Goldfinger with Bullfinger.
Bullfinger, that's what it was.
Amazing.
I'm just saying, I'm just throwing stuff out. Keep on talking. Don't mind me. Literally, don't mind me. I'm just saying words.
So, all right. The point I'm making is
because you see what I'm saying, though, right? Like we are going to let's pretend like one of us makes it now, right? No,
I get your point. It turns out I was trying to ask you a point, but Lawyer's been a dick. Listen, the point that I was making was I love everything that Eddie Murphy has put out.
Boomerang.
Right? That doesn't mean I can be critical. I really hate you right now. It doesn't mean I can't be critical of his new shit. When I don't like the apology of comedians that much. If you intentionally try to hurt somebody, I understand the apology, right? Mm-hmm. If I went out of my way to intentionally hurt you, like say I'm having a bad day, I'm on stage, and I literally just shit on a person in the audience, right? Only because I had a bad day. I get apologizing for that. But if I made a joke that I'm working through, and then people come back and it's like, hey, I don't like that joke, bro, you got to stand and die on that hill, fam. Like that was the joke that you made, right? And I hate the go back and then try to. I'm sorry.
Go. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go.
It felt like he was trying to go back over his jokes and be like, "Hey, man, I grew. I shouldn't have said shit like that." No. That's what I thought back then. This is what I think now.
But don't you think that reaching back shows a bit of his growth?
No,
and he
you keep
able
moving.
to do that?
Dog, Jay-Z, right? If you like my old shit, go listen to my old shit.
Go buy my old albums.
Right, bro. Like, listen, fam. I don't have to clarify why I don't do what I used to do. I've grown. I'm a businessman. I've grown into more of right? So if you really want to see that, go back and watch my old shit. But if Jay-Z came out and started apologizing for all of the shit that he did back in the day, it like cancels out the fucking the nostalgia for me of why I used to love what Jay-Z used to do. Okay. That's all. I grow all you want. I'm perfectly fine with him growing. I'm perfectly fine with him thinking he was a misogynist and certain jokes went at females. I'm all the way cool with that. But to go all the way back and fucking apologize, basically to try to revisit it and apologize for it, it's like, dog, are we comedians or are we not? This is a long ass. What's the name of somebody?
No, I'm deleting it.
All right, cool.
Anyways,
go ahead.
So, do you recommend Terrence? Do you recommend it?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yeah, I recommend it.
I'm right there. I'm right there in the middle.
I'd watch it again just to see. There was a couple of jokes I think even went over my head. It took me a little bit. And I was like, oh, that was good. And I couldn't even remember them right now, but there was a couple of them I was like, oh, that was funny. That was a dig at something that I was like, huh.
So I'm thinking about stuff and just hearing you guys talk about it. I haven't seen it yet just because I've been busy with, trying to pay rent and shit. But I would say that I'm looking at things differently now. Like we do a lot of as comedians, we do a lot of jokes for the now. We do a lot of jokes like, oh, this is what we're doing. I'm going to build up for an album. I'll put the album out, and the album's more or less a placeholder. But Eddie Murphy's been doing shit since 1980, whatever. I'm looking at it like as a body of work. I feel like, is this movie just as a place marker? When we're long and gone, people can look at basically all of his shit and just go, oh, this is part of him addressing his body of work. Okay,
but then you guys say like, all right, Chappelle, right? Mm-hmm. Chappelle got fired because of his trans joke. Transgender. His transgender joke. He got trouble. Not trouble. Take back. He got people said something outside of the context of how he meant it, of the joke about his transgender joke, his Alphabet Club joke, his I'm Chinese joke, so on and so forth. Right? When did we see Dave come out and apologize? What he got flack. People went back flack. Real shit. Real shit. Hold on. Louis C.K. got as much flack. Whoa! Watch where I'm going. Watch where I'm going with it, real quick. Louis C.K. got much flack for jerking off in front of chicks.
I'm going to shit on your point, just so you know.
No, you're not.
I am.
Louis C.K. got
my back.
Louis C.K. got a shit ton of flack for pulling his dick out in front of females, right? But he also started getting a little bit of flack because he said nigga on Talking Funny. He did the nigger deer joke, and he did the fucking he did the pedophilia. It must be great because these motherfuckers are literally risking their lives. He got flack for all that shit. He only apologized for pulling his dick out in front of the females. Why? Because you intentionally hurt somebody, even if you didn't mean to. It literally like was hurtful to females. But the jokes, the shit that I did on stage, I'm not apologizing for that shit, bro. That's where I was in my life.
Time is up.
All right. So here's how I'm going to shit on your opinion. Just right there.
You look like little kids.
I did it intentionally because you don't shut the fuck up. No. So
I got a few buttons too.
For real, what's the biggest difference between those two people that you mentioned and Eddie Murphy? Eddie Murphy hasn't been on stage in 3 fucking decades with zero plans, at least from what it looks like, zero plans to return. So I look at him a little bit differently than I do a Dave or a Louis C.K. or even a Kevin Hart when Kevin Hart apologized before the fucking Oscars ordeal. You stand in the fire for your jokes because they are jokes. However, when he comes back and is doing it through the format of a movie, it's a little bit different for me.
Also, you know, what's the difference? 20-something years. You know, he's been doing it since the 80s, and he's just in a different place. You know, he's not at the height of his shit. You know, I think that as far as like he's doing it as a man, because they could have canceled him when he picked up, what was that? The transgender hooker, the hooker. Let's say there he got caught pulling up a hooker in Hollywood, and he wasn't canceled. Whatever it might be, like he knows that like canceling is one thing. If they're gonna come for him, they would have already tried, and they're not. But as a man, you look back and go,
no. I think because he went away, bro. That's why they couldn't cancel.
Did he ever go away? Did he ever?
Yes. He went away for the last 5 years. What's the name? Was his first fucking movie?
Relax, I'm asking.
No, I'm saying.
I don't know why you're yelling.
Stupid. I always
so
talk
aggressive.
like
No, so it's just like I think of Snoop Dogg recently, right? I look at him through the same lens, in that he caught a lot of flack recently for coming out and saying the shit that he rapped about on the Chronic album, Doggy Style, and most of the stuff that he did in his first 10, 15 years. He wasn't necessarily apologizing for it, but he was saying, I've grown from that. I don't view the world in the same way. And more importantly, I think the message that was lost was he understands how fucking influential his music and his persona was and still is. So I think him taking that stand to say, hey, young street cat who probably looks at Doggy Style Snoop as the man when, you know, I was doing my gangbanging and I had my murder case, this, that, what have you. That's the way to fucking be. And I think that's more so of how I view Eddie's messaging through that lens rather than a comic apologizing for jokes.
See, okay. I feel like it's a difference between a musician and a comic. That's all.
I want to point out that it looks like the only time he was dormant was between 16 and 19. Mr. Church was his 2016 film, and Dolomite was his 2019 film. So he didn't really go away as far as making movies, because it looks like he makes a movie.
Okay, right. He made a movie a year, and then he went away for 3 years. And the Miss, what's the name, joint flopped. So I don't even think anybody saw that shit.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I think the last movie we really saw him in was
Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop, 2013.
So how will you feel then? Let's say
Beverly Hills Cop didn't come out in 2013. It's
with Brandon T. Jackson.
No, they taped it, but they didn't release that shit, bro.
According to IMDb,
that shit didn't come out.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit didn't come out. No, the joint with Beyonce, Dreamgirls. That was the last big movie that we saw Eddie Murphy in. Like all I'm saying is the difference between like a musician, right, and a comic. A comic only has words, bro. A musician has beats. He has other people in the studio with him. He's rapping about his environment, all that good shit. A comedian is on stage by himself. That's it. So the words that you put out there are your words. Now, again, growing is nothing wrong with growing. I've grown since we've been doing the podcast. I've grown since last week. You know what I'm saying? We all grow. We all have different things that happen. But what I will not do is go back and apologize for a joke that I wrote out. I'll apologize for something I say on a podcast before I apologize for something I said on stage.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is in a different context. Let's say that this does take off and we end up getting caught up in doing this right here. It's just a straight podcast.
When it takes off. Got it. Go ahead.
To where stand-up isn't necessarily the same frequency or any of that stuff, right?
Right.
So let's say you're waxing poetic about the shit. You don't think at some point you might come up at 40, 45 and be like, man, the shit I was joking about at 28 or something was a little fucking off, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I say that shit now, and I'm 34.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So that's where I look at it through that different lens of giving them a bit of a pass. I'm not saying anybody should come out and be like, I apologize for the jokes. I wouldn't do that.
But okay, if you make a joke counteracting a joke that you did to be like, hey, you know, I was talking about Chevy trucks and white guys with Dodges, but you know what I realized? All these guys really, all of us work together, and we all have good cars, and you know, and
Cars are great.
Cars are awesome, and I don't want anybody to ever feel like only one particular race should ever buy a particular car. Bitch,
is that
shut the fuck up, bro.
Is that how bad it was?
That's how it felt to me. Every perception is everything, bro. Perception is everything. Bro, they brought up the fucking they was like the womanizing pastor. You remember when they go in the barbershop, they make a joke, and they're like, hey, you're going too far there. Like it was certain jokes where it was like it was, I guess, because I love the Coming to a lot of people love the Coming to America. I'm not trying to take away. I take a lot of the shit from Coming to America that was crazy funny was the shit that, again, you really wasn't supposed to be talking about, or the shit that was like only certain people could say it because they knew exactly what it meant. You get what I'm saying?
I guess I took those parts. Like, I understand what you're saying in the barbershop now that you provided that. I guess I read it a little bit different. Look, the cleaning, right? Yeah.
Tell me, did you or did you not feel like they were like, yeah, you know, we got to make sure this isn't sexist, so we're gonna give Leslie Jones a cleaner too?
I mean,
you could have just took the part out.
I feel as though it was done a little less in your face than other projects I've seen. It didn't feel like it was virtue signaling. Because, see, the tone in which you're describing it makes it come across a little bit more like virtue signaling than what it felt to me. I can understand how you got that, but I don't think it was that hardcore at virtue signaling and pushing for the equality shit. But I could understand what you're saying. I think it was honestly just a little bit of the times have changed a little bit, and they're doing what they can.
And you know, like, as a comedian, you have to address what's going on right now, and I think that leans into it. I mean, sure, you feel like he's apologizing for what he did in the past, and then Terrence feels like he's literally addressing what's going on. Oh, hey, you're going too far. Like, that's kind of how it is right now. Like, hey, too far, over the line, too far.
I mean, Terrence tried to go too far the other day on me, like that.
Wow.
Yo, see, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. We can address this. We can address this on the podcast.
Oh shit! Okay,
let's do it. Let's do it. Listen, you talking about my spelling shit is okay. I get it, but when you come back and try to say I can't read, now that's the line. That was the line. You crossed it. I just want to make sure you know this. Like, jump back over the fucking line, okay? Now, the spelling, because it's out there, and I fuck up on the spelling, and I admit to this fucking up on the spelling. But the can't read shit, I smack people for less. You get what I'm saying? Like, you my bro, and I know you didn't. I know you was making a joke. That's why I just like, hey, the lines just yelled, jump back over.
But can we admit that line that you'd said into Siri or whatever read like a motherfucker that can't read?
Yeah. No. It read like a motherfucker who again, as always, does not proofread. That's what it read like, which makes me look like I can't spell. And I've literally have taken this shit on the chin and allowed it. I have allowed it because it is true. I don't proofread, which makes me look like I can't spell. I'm fucked. If I proofread, nobody can say I don't spell. We're game over. But the can't read. Let's be honest. Come on, son. That's a lie. You can make fun of the audiobooks. I'm not mad at the audiobook part. I do like audiobooks. I'm at work all day. I don't have time like you.
That's all it was.
Where you can sit down and read a fucking book when you're fucking.
I feel like you like audiobooks like as if your dad like put you to sleep and like read you a story when you're a kid. Like, yeah. See, we didn't have that.
No. But see, look.
Wait. No. I'm gonna talk. No, I'm gonna talk over to you because I'm sick of him. Every time I try to get a word in, Eddie just keeps trying to talk over me. That's why I shut up. Now, since we had to address this the way on this podcast, okay.
You wanted to do it. I didn't.
I didn't know that it was a real thing. So, Eddie, I apologize that the not reading thing crossed your line.
Thank you, man.
I am your friend. I wouldn't intentionally cross your line.
Cross your line.
I wouldn't.
You talking about my hairline, fucker? I feel like that was a punch. I feel like that was a punch.
Now, if there's no, there's not. But what sucks is if there's anybody watching this live and Loy's in the background, like, mommy and daddy are fighting. I don't want to go to the dinner table. Mommy just got slapped by daddy.
It's no fighting.
I know. But you got real for a moment. I had to be real.
I really didn't get that real.
Apology.
I really didn't get that real.
I wanted you to know I would never intentionally hurt you.
But see, this is where the apology shit goes in. I don't know if you guys heard about the situation that happened right in Baltimore. Comics get into it. Lloyd, stop fucking playing around, you dickhead. So comics get into it, and one of the comics is like, "I'm gonna apologize for the situation." Why are you apologizing for the situation? Shit happened. It happened. It's over. Move forward. I don't get sensitive about that shit. Hey,
I'm not saying you do, but I have to be a man about mine. And if I fuck up, even if it's slightly, I have to issue an apology.
No, because you made a joke. This is literally the point I'm making right now.
I'm not sorry for the joke. I'm sorry that it hurt you.
Why? Listen, it hurt me. It didn't even hurt me. It was just like, I don't want nobody to read that shit out of context. Like, if you read Eddie can't spell, and then you read the fucking line right after you say it, you'll be like, this motherfucker can't spell.
Look, here's what happened, Lloyd. Eddie made some sort of quote. I think it was a Napoleon Hill quote. It was after he had posted in the group chat. Yep. So it was another Napoleon Hill one. Mac Jenny, one of the friends of the podcast, jumps on there and is like, oh, snap, Eddie's in the books now. And I said, shit, it's on audio. Eddie can't read. And then Mac said something back, just being like, damn, whatever. Eddie said something that I still can't tell if Eddie spoke to Siri to say it or if it was just Eddie typing regularly, but it was very poorly read and it was misspelled like crazy. And so I just commented back. I was like, God damn, that sentence reads like a motherfucker that can't read said it. Like that was it.
See?
What?
You see it, Lloyd?
I'm sorry to be part of this conversation. I apologize for all parties involved.
I didn't know, is all I'm saying. Here's the thing.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Earn.
I will. I say I apologize about the feelings. I do, but I will not apologize for making the joke. I will probably make another one in the future. I will try to watch the no reading thing.
You know, I that's what bothers me when like somebody goes over the line, like a public figure, and they're like, I apologize if you're offended. And that fucking bothers me. It's like, hey,
just don't apologize.
No, well, there's that, but it's also like, hey, I didn't know where the line is. I'm sorry, across the line. Hey, I didn't know that it was offensive. My bad. But no, hey, I'm sorry you're offended is like a fuck you on top of a go fuck yourself. You're like, what?
I like that.
Yeah. Hey, Eddie, I apologize that you're offended, sir.
No, listen, I'm not even offended. Like this, I think this is where sometimes, like, even on the race shit, right? Where people are like, Lloyd, and I was telling somebody about you. We'll talk about who it was off air, but I was telling somebody about you, right? About how because Lloyd, this is what Lloyd does. I'll say something. Lloyd will basically let me know that I like literally put my toe on the line and I need to back up, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'll defend that shit, and Lloyd will be like, "Man, that shit not even that serious." Like, hold up, whore! Like, you just told me that it was wrong to do.
You just did that to me with the reading thing.
In the free samples.
No. Listen, I'm saying this is the point I'm making. I'm not going to. I don't want you to apologize for the joke. I don't want how it made somebody feel. Is how it made somebody feel, right? That wasn't your intention, so I'm not going to come back and be like, "Hey, Terrence, when I see you, bruh, it's popping on." Like that doesn't even make sense. You made a joke. It doesn't matter. The reason why I said something was only because I know that can be taken out of context. Why does Lloyd keep doing this dumb shit with the fucking tickets? Shit, like,
I'm just giving you guys a moment. I'm just giving you guys a moment.
Oh,
you guys, okay. So
every time you and Terrence go, you want me to drop out? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So this is let me be very specific. You're a grown man, And I'm telling you that I know that I'm your only Asian friend, and I don't want to be your Asian friend that allows you to get away with shit. I don't care what you do, but I'm gonna let you know, like, hey, if you get around other Asian people, that shit might not fly. I don't know.
Yeah, you are my only Asian friend.
Yeah, that you actually speak to.
Yeah, that's
ever.
true. No. I still have Mike. I still talk to Mike.
Yeah,
He's Filipino.
Chinese Mike.
Mike doesn't sound Asian.
Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is like,
Filipino.
hey, what I'm telling you, Eddie, is like, hey, I'm gonna let you know that that's where the line is. You should probably not do that. You can do it if you want, but don't be surprised that you out here making an apology. But do as you please because you're your own man. I don't want you to. I don't want to be the one Asian friend that doesn't tell you that shit, because we all know people who do some wild shit because they have one black friend or one Asian friend or one Hispanic friend. I'm just letting you know that I'm not trying to get this podcast canceled for some fragrant shit that you do outside. I'm just letting you know.
But that's what I'm saying about the can't read, right? Is because we all know that, like, that's one of the things that they always try to throw at black dudes. They can't read. They're illiterate. And so I was trying to. My point.
I mean, I guess I kind of knew that, but I didn't apply the historical connotation with it.
It's like, dude, like. We have a rainbow coalition podcast, bro.
If you were just a regular person, I wouldn't have said shit to you.
I know, but you put it's in public. You get what I'm saying? It's like if we on the podcast and we do it and people can see that, all right, that's how, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we do the Eddie can't spell. I'm on the podcast with you. We can laugh about it.
You're right.
People can see shit. But when you do the Eddie can't read shit, then it's like, hold on, man, because nobody can see if I can read or not.
Well, so it's not even just that.
What's the name?
People aren't going to know that we're connected through the podcast just by going to your deal. No, I got it.
That's all. Like, everybody has, and that was what I was saying. The situation that happened in the scene, like, when something happens, it's like, dog, you address it, you move on. But to do this whole, like, I apologize to a man when you really hurt their feelings. You didn't hurt my feelings. That was my point to you.
I saw your tweet about it. It was well spelt. It was well spelt. All the words were there. All of the words were proper. All the letters were there.
That's what people need to see is in the group chat. Like, there was a lot of help messages sent by Eddie. Eddie was reaching out for help ever since my comment. But I think now he'll finally sleep a little bit better. I think he can get back to normal daily routine.
Yeah.
Be a better father. Good things. Good things will come now that he's got that off his chest.
Yeah. Now that we addressed the elephant in the room, Patrice O'Neal.
Fuck you, whore. Fuck you, whore. Fuck you, whore.
All right.
You know that. No, fuck it. All right. Let's jump to UFC. It's 1 hour. It's 1:15 and Lloyd's got to jump soon.
Yep. Let's talk UFC. We got next to 15 minutes, people. Get in line for UFC.
Armbar, first round. You got
gracious.
Yeah, it wasn't
merciful.
It wasn't an armbar.
It was like a triangle.
It was a triangle choke with an armbar that she turned her arm so she didn't break it.
I could only see the little ridges.
Okay, so she had her arm back like this, and then she turned it so it cut like this. Because if she would have left it like this, it would have popped. Her elbow would have popped through. Like, it was bad.
And still via double submission. Like, she had the leg. Yeah, she had the leg triangle and then an arm, like threatening for the arm bar. It was merciful.
It was bad, bro.
And she was knocked out. Like, she was out on. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. She was out on her feet. She was on, as Joe Rogan would put it, queer street. She didn't know where she was. She didn't know what was going on. And then she woke up and was in 2 different submissions.
And if anybody bet that card, made a shit ton of money, because Amanda Nunes doesn't really submit that much anymore.
Right.
She just knocks bitches the fuck out.
And not in the first round.
Especially not.
I got, you know what, for the podcast.
No, she knocks out in the first round.
Yeah, but not submission in the first round.
Yeah.
Because it was like 2 minutes into the round, right?
Yeah. Barely.
She hit her one punch. Like, they both were scared of each other's punches.
Yep.
But then the tall chick, I forgot her name right now. When she got hit, oh my God. Like, that leg went straight back, and that was game, bro. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, she's the best female of all time. It's best female fighter of all time. It's no other.
And it's very Ronda Rousey-esque in the like, there is just no one else out there. Like,
but she's a much more rounded fighter.
No. I don't want to compare them. I don't want to compare them. Yeah,
I know what you're saying, but yeah.
Yeah, and the Ronda Rousey, there was no one there. Like, she just was so ahead of the curve. Amanda Nunes, she's just gonna start clearing out the weight classes. They're gonna have to start bringing people in from ONE FC. They're gonna start like emptying out the Invicta. There's no one remotely close to the neighborhood in any weight class. We were talking Zhang. That's like 20-pound difference. Shevchenko, that's a 10-pound difference. Like that's
Hold up. Is Shang 120?
115, 125, 135, 145. Yeah, I think she's 125.
Yeah, because Amanda's fought at 145.
150. Well, Amanda's got 2, 45 and 35. Shevchenko's got one, whatever the next one is, 125. So
25.
So Zhang's got to be 15.
115.
So even if Nunes wanted to come down to 135, that still means Zhang's got 20-pound difference. That's a horrible prediction. Look at,
and I think she still whoops her ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Zhang. I love Zhang, yo. I love Zhang, yo. I ain't gonna lie.
oh, you think Zhang wins?
Yes.
No.
Zhang is a beast, bro.
Okay.
You don't like Zhang?
No, I love her, but not at 135 against Amanda Nunes.
Do you think she drops weight? That's the question.
No, Amanda Nunes. No.
Does Zhang drop weight to get to 115? That's what I'm asking. Because Amanda, she only has to, if she's at 115, she only has to go up to 10 and do a catch weight. I mean, I know,
but Amanda Nunes still walks in like, so Amanda Nunes makes 135 for 45 seconds, gets off the scale, and then she goes back to her
blows right back up to 143.
It all depends on what Zane's walking. Okay, all right. Who do you think has, like, I know Amanda's I'm sorry. Amanda is damn it. I can't even, pound for pound best female, right?
Yep.
Pound for pound. But how Zhang beats the fuck out of females, dog?
She's a monster at 115. She's a monster in her weight class.
Right, but do you really, is Amanda that much better than her pound for pound is all I'm asking?
Yes. Absolutely. The power does not translate. Like the power that Zhang has does not translate at 145, at 135. Amanda Nunes' power going down facing a 135er, like a legitimate walking around 135, is destruction. She's gonna lose years on her life on the tail.
You know what? And the fucked up part is I have to concede. Like I know it was a very short argument, but I keep forgetting that we fucking just saw evidence of this shit on the fucking same car. Like, I just fucking forgot all about that shit.
I was waiting.
We saw the exact evidence on the fucking same car. What the fuck are you talking about, Eddie?
I was literally like, okay, keep on, come, put up a better argument, and I'll show you,
dude. Like, and if you don't know what we're talking about, fucking Stylebender, fought the Polish fucking Dynamite King, who just basically laid on him for the last 2 rounds.
I don't think that's his name. It's the Polish Hammer, I think. Yeah, I think it's the
Polish Dynamite King, whatever the fuck.
Nah, I don't think that. I think that was like a horrible translation. You just saw some Polish words and we're like, fuck it. Let's have some bullshit.
The Polish sausage.
The Polish
hammer, sausage hammer.
Sausage King.
Polish sausage hammer anvil. What?
No, but so fucking John fucking legit. Like at the end of the fucking fight, when he was like, when Joe Rogan was talking to him, he was like, what was different that you didn't expect? And John was like, well, I didn't think he was going to hit that hard.
Yeah, so he's not as fast as I thought, but he's stronger than I thought, which you could see because anytime Israel like made any kind of move, he was like,
he faded. He was fading his ass like a motherfucker.
The legitimate version of MMA getting your ankles broken, where you just kind of like it was horrible. But once he took the power and he goes, hey, let me just take you down and just fucking Zangief your ass.
Game over. But I think like it was Joe Rogan. Like if you listen to the commentators, which I really do hate when I do it sometimes, but I wanted to hit his fight. Fucking when you like, it was like Why is he taking him to the ground? Why is he taking him to the ground? And then the last 2 rounds, me and Lloyd is literally texting throughout this whole joint and was like, why is he taking the ground? And literally, as soon as he took him to the ground, we was like, oh yeah, that's over.
Yeah.
Like you already, I think what he knew was he had to tire him out just so he wasn't, because he thought he was gonna be quick. Yep. So his thought process is, if I try to get him to the ground, he's gonna be quick and try to sneak the fuck out of it. Yep. So now that I know we're both tired, he can't sneak his way out. He has to actually power his way out. But he also didn't know he was as powerful as he was.
And he walked on the so the 205 weight limit. Israel Adesanya walked in at 200 pounds, 201 and a half of a pound, so 200.5. Jan walked in, hit the limit 205. So he probably was
225
easily that day, and probably he probably was 135 walking into the octagon. So you got 45 pounds just fucking sitting on you 4 rounds. You're not getting out of that.
Yeah. Did you get to watch it yet, Terrence?
No. I told you, man, I don't know how you motherfuckers stay so rich getting these pay-per-view events every goddamn weekend, but
that's right.
But I did see the one where Sterling caught
Aljamain Sterling.
Knee.
I wanted to get past that one, but we can do it.
Man,
speak on that. Since you saw it, speak on it.
Well, all I saw was the tail end in the like little ESPN clip, and it was just like, so he left his belt in the octagon when he left.
Yeah,
I can't say I blame him.
He's concussed. He didn't know what he was doing. He was crying. He got kneed in the head. No,
he was sitting there.
Yeah, he got kneed in the head. He was kneeling. He got kneed in the head. He wins by decision or by disqualification. He's crying. I'm not making fun of him. I'm not shitting on him. I'm saying he didn't have a wherewithal of what was going on.
I mean, like he gave up on that fight, and you hear it at the end of in the fight interview.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He gave up in the fight. He was like, "Yo, like I didn't have a good performance. I was losing, and to win like this is like crazy. Like we could have did something."
That's the context I was missing. Okay.
Yes.
So basically,
he was getting mopped up.
He was getting fucked up.
Yep.
He was getting fucked up, bro. So he goes in. He fucking he starts the fight. He's doing all of these quick feints. Peter Yan is literally fucking the white Drake. Like he looks like Drake's brother. Right? Like he looks like he has some black in him. We don't know where the fucking black is, right? But he literally sits there, keeps getting teed off on, catches timing, pow, catches. All right, let me see your timing. Pow, catches. So the first round he loses, but he doesn't lose to like people that watch UFC. The first round looks like Sterling is fucking him up. But anybody that has ever watched Peter Yan is like, oh, this might get bad.
Anyone that's watched an Apex Predator on the Discovery Channel just goes, oh, he's just trying to figure out, oh, it's done. That's it.
Yeah.
Floyd is notorious for that. For
3 rounds.
For 3 rounds, he will take your punches and calculate what you're doing, where you're doing it, and how you're doing it. And then after that, wears you out. He's not going to knock you out, but he's going to wear you out.
Yep.
But this is the difference, though. Floyd wears you out where you look stupid, and then he gets all the points, right?
Yep.
Peter Yan doesn't give a fuck if you get wear it out or not.
Yeah.
He's looking to see your timing.
Yep.
Like how fast can you get your jab back, right? Like how fast when you throw this hook, what do? When you come over top. So Sterling caught him with 2 punches that were like weird ass. The spin.
Yeah.
He kept doing this spin. And then soon as like by the second spin, Peter Yan was like, yo, come here. Let me bear hug you.
Yep.
All right, get the fuck away from me. Like, let's start over. You gonna spin again? No, I already know. Like he knows what you're like after he sees you do it a couple times, he knows your fucking go-to on a combination. He figures that shit out and then he fucks you up at the opening. It's so bad, bro.
And at this point, like it didn't even look like he was trying to finish him. He was just like, you're gonna fucking give up.
No. I think he was trying to finish him. I think what he was trying to do was knock him all the way the fuck out because I think he felt.
Well, I mean that knee. that knee says that.
But this is like Terrence. You got to understand. This motherfucker literally picked him up with a bear hug. like it was like he like saw his long lost son. Like it was like, yo, what the fuck? Is he about to break his back, bro? Like, yo, it was.
I want to take a moment.
Fight,
I want to take a moment. I want to take a moment and apologize to Greg Hardy, because Greg Hardy got DQ'd with a knee, similar thing, and I was like,
yeah,
like, what a fucking piece of shit, right? That's not something that we practice in the gym. That's not something that you do. That is not like anything, right? You shouldn't, like, that shouldn't be in your repertoire. And then now Petr Yan, who's a high-level striker, legitimate fighter, which I don't want to say Greg Hardy is or isn't, but legitimate champion, he gets DQ'd in the same thing. Now, given circumstances slightly different, he looked at his corner, and this corner said, okay,
he played it.
I didn't see it.
God. It's on YouTube. You gotta watch it.
So he looked at. So I'm assuming he looked at his corner. The corner goes, "Yeah, go for it," and then he fucking knees him in the head.
So what happens is they're speaking Russian. Fucking Khabib is on the side of them. So and Khabib's the only person like close to like notoriety that can hear them and understand what they're saying. So Sterling goes down, puts both hands on the ground, right? When he puts both hands on the ground, his one coach yells, "Yeah, just keep hitting him. Just keep hitting him." And the other coach is like, so he's like, "No, I kick." And another coach is like, "Yeah." So when Petr Yan goes to kick and Sterling falls over to the ground, right? One of the coaches literally is like, "Yeah!" Like he's happy because he thinks they just won. The other coach that was like, "No, just hit. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. I think what should have, and maybe, I don't know, I'm not an MMA fighter, but you've seen it happen before where, you know, the guy's hands up, the guy with the knee on the ground, his hands up trying to defend him, and then the striker grabs the arm, picks him up off his knee, just enough to get off his knee to get the knee off. And it looked like that was kind of the thing, but it didn't get the knee off the ground.
It came up just a little bit, but it didn't come up a lot. Only if he would have kept hitting him, the ref would have stopped the fight. That's the other fucking part that sucks balls. So he was
getting mopped up.
No, bro. That position is a horrible position to be in.
Yeah.
So turns.
Yeah.
It's a dude. He's standing over top of him. I want to bring it up. I really do want to bring it up before Lloyd gets out of here. Before we get out of here. Because I'm not
just fucking blaming it on me.
I was blaming on you, and then I was like, nah, we can both all get out of here.
Like Eddie wasn't late as shit today.
Hey. You relax your body, bro.
Since
you relax your body.
Whoever you say you are outside of here.
So now at this point, we're just literally just people are listening to us search for this video clip. Terrence, what else?
Yeah, people are just listening. No, I got it. So I just want to show what's the name. So like, all right, so Terrence. So watch. He goes down. This is the position that he's in.
Yep. And this is when you pick him up and then you knee him. You pick him up just to get that knee off, and then you knee him.
And then only thing, so he got one knee on the ground. He's curled over his other knee. So not right here, only thing Yan has to do is just like start teeing the fuck off. He can't move. So the ref's going to call the fucking fight. But instead, he fucking throws a goddamn knee right to the goddamn fucking temple.
See his hands. Look like he's trying to pick him up.
Yeah.
It looks. I mean, when you watch it in full speed, it looks like he's trying to pick him up because Aljamain Sterling's got his hands on Jan's wrists. So if you pull up, but I think that he just didn't factor in. He's got those long fucking arms. Like his reach is ridiculous, right? So he can, like, Jan can put it over his head and he's still on his knees because his reach is so big.
So you think Jan, when they were telling him to kick, you think they were telling Jan like lift him up and throw the kick as you lift him up?
That's what it looks like. I mean, I don't know what they were saying because I didn't hear it, but basically that's what should have happened because he had this hand. So you pull up just enough to get clearance off that knee, bam, and then there's a knee and it's good night. But I don't think he factored in how long Aljamain Sterling's arms are. Because you see, if you play it again, Aljamain Sterling is literally not even fully extended, and he's still on the ground.
I think the part that pissed me off was afterwards when people were like, So yeah, he extends it. Nah, it wasn't really that much extended, but I get your point. I can see what you're saying.
But I mean, with Jan, his arms are almost at shoulder height.
It almost looked like Peter tried to Petra, whatever, same shit.
Peter.
He fucking yanks his arms up.
Yep.
But looked like Sterling kind of yanked back down to stay compact.
Yeah.
And that looked like that literally a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah,
you're a monster.
I am.
The one part that I did, the one part that was even worse than the fucking knee was people like, yo, he was acting. And I'll be honest, the first thought, right, when you see it, the first thought you were like, man, is he serious? But because me and you were like texting, me and Lloyd were texting, but he literally tried to like stand up and roll to the floor, and I was like, and his eyes went back, and I was like, oh no, he's not joking at all.
You're compromised. I don't care.
Yeah,
you take a knee, you bump your head on just your car door or something. You tell me that you want to go back into a fight after that. And not to segue, I know we kind of put a time limit on, but I'll tell you this story. I wrestled in high school 1 year, and you guys know what a full Nelson is, right? You put hands in hands. Well, that's illegal, right? So you could do a half Nelson, which is one hand, and then you basically put the other hand on the back, but you're not catching the arm. Well, this kid, he puts me in. Oh, and this is called a power half. He puts me in a full Nelson and then switches over, hits me in the head with his knee. Right? Oh no, hits my head on the ground, and then he gets deducted a point. He does it again, and then he hits me in the head, and I'm mildly concussed. And then the ref was like, "Hey, go see your coaches. Like, don't leave the mat, but basically go to your coaches." So I'm looking, I'm kneeling on the mat, and I'm looking at my coaches, and I can hear my coach going, Lloyd. I'm like, yeah, what? Lloyd, look at me. I am. He's like, no, turn around. I'm literally staring at the stands. Like, I don't know where the fuck I am.
Oh, shit.
And I turn around. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, turn around. I turn around like, oh, there you are. Like, that's how bad a mild concussion is.
Yeah.
Could you imagine getting a full knee to the fucking head on purpose?
The fucking temple of all places.
But y'all, and that shit was starting to like, it didn't give like a big ass knot. It was just like a little like swelling. Like, dude, we've seen people crack foreheads in the fucking UFC with knees.
Yep.
So
not in the UFC, but okay. In MMA.
No, that was UFC.
No, that was Bellator, but it's okay.
Was it Bellator?
Yeah.
When he bounced his
flying knee. No, it was a flying knee. MVP versus Cyborg. The male Cyborg.
When he put the whole crack right in the middle. Oh, that shit was bad as fuck.
MVP. Anyways, overall, great card.
Yeah, it was a good card. The fucking Adesanya we didn't really get to, but Adesanya got his ass whooped.
I mean, is there more to say?
Yeah, he got his ass whooped.
And Izzy, are you gonna fight again at
I'll be back.
I'll be back at 185. You want to fight John Jones? Not particularly.
No.
John Jones beat the shit out of him. John Jones would beat the shit. John Jones just showed. What's the name? John just showed that John Jones would have beat the living fuck out of him. That's a different. Hey, Terrence. This is a lesson for you. Don't fuck with outside your weight class, my guy. Fuck all them weights, my nigga.
I don't understand.
Beat your ass.
I don't know about that.
You know what?
That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it.
Terrence just picks up large, heavy objects and moves them around for no fucking reason. He calls that a workout.
That's why I'm mad with
like, hey, do you have a 55-pound ball that I could just